and it's designed by LG and Prada in collaboration. LG is a manufacturer, of course, and Prada is a worldwide known fashion brand name, and it's a very large brand name at that, so this is more of a fashion phone than what you call a really smartphone. However, this at the least is a great feature phone that has a ton of features, which is pretty surprising for something that looks so stylish, and it's obviously meant for the target audience of somebody looking for style over function. Now, the LG Prada, it's surprisingly well featured and actually surprisingly well performed, and we'll talk about that in a second. First, let's talk about the price. Now, of course, since it has a Prada brand name, as you can see up here, and the discreet LG brand name on the bottom, this device is going to cost $600 unlocked, but this does mean it's unlocked and ready to go on any carrier, and it's a GSM quad-band world phone, meaning you can take it anywhere and call anybody at any time. Other connectivity features include Bluetooth, which you can use to connect to a printer and print wirelessly. There's certain settings you can get in photos, or you can also connect to your Bluetooth headset, of course, and there's Bluetooth accessories that you can connect, and they're all functionable with this LG Prada. Now let's take a look at the design of the LG Prada. It's a very sleek black design, very glossy black. We did apply a little bit of a screen protector here. There's a 3-inch LCD display here. Resolution is really good, and images certainly do pop out of the screen. It's very vibrant and bright. So here's the glossy black piano as we look like. The whole thing is flat on one surface, and the LG brand name is up here with a speaker. On the bottom, below the 3-inch touchscreen, we have 3 buttons: the call, the back, and the power button. This is the back, and this is the on-off. This is the home button, which if you press this button multiple times, you'll be greeted to the home screen of the LG Prada. A thing to note, as you can see, these 2 buttons are red, and they do backlight in red color, so it's a very stylish black and red sort of color tone to this device. This is brushed aluminum, a little bit of plastic construction, so it does look very sleek and very stylish. So the whole design really fits into one package. The device is fairly slim with silver gloss on other sides. Now, one disappointment is that it does use a proprietary charging connector right here. It also uses this port for your headphone jack, which is not so ideal. But other than that, here's the volume rocker located very nicely. The volume rocker here is also used for certain applications and games for selecting items, so that's very nice. It's very tactile and easy to press. On the bottom of that, you have the speaker button. And on the other side is, more importantly, here's the camera and MP3 button. So we press this button if you want to activate or take a shot during camera mode. And here's the most important button of all. This is also the unlock button. Because this is a full touchscreen phone, you can't actually touch it in case you actually, you put it in your purse or you put it in your bag, in your pocket, and it's not going to accidentally press something unless you unlock it and you press this button. So on the top is going to be your lanyard cord for charms, and on the back we'll see the glossy black again like the front, and you'll see a Sennheiser lens. This is a German brand name, and of course it's a very quality camera. We haven't seen a lot of phones with a real camera like this yet, and this is actually, it's a 2 megapixel, so the pixel density is not that great, but of course, if the lens is truly great, then it doesn't really depend on the pixel density necessarily. There's also a self-portrait mirror, and of course you have a full flash on this, which is very cool. Very nice camera. On the back we'll see the battery. You do need to remove the battery to access the SIM card, as well as the micro SD or the mini SD card on the back, so you can use that to play more videos and MP3s because it does support video playback. So turning it on, we just need to press this button and unlock it once, and we're greeted to the home screen. Now the LG Prada, it comes with this 3-inch touchscreen is actually a capacitive touchscreen. This is the world's first mainstream capacitive touchscreen on the market, and this device actually came in, a few weeks earlier than iPhone, so there's a lot of been rumors of, who copied who and everything. But beyond the point is that capacitive screens offer a greater performance and resistive, and you can't use your fingernail to press, which means it only works with your flesh, and that offers a way greater sensitivity level, and everything is just super easy to press. You just tap it once and it follows. Now this is a live home screen that we have on right now. This is called the butterfly theme. There's 4 or 5 theme packages on the LG Prada, and one of them, this is called the butterfly theme, like we said. There's a butterfly on the home screen. This is a live home screen, and whenever you put your finger somewhere, the butterfly flies over to interact with your finger. This is very cool. or else it just flies around in circles or does other patterns. Now here's going to be your analog clock. You can also see in your home screen. This clock is called, the clock widget is also movable, so you can place it wherever you want. And there's other features to this clock widget. You press it once, brings up your alarm clock. You press an alarm clock, and set easy alarm clocks right on your home screen. I'm going to close out of that. So on the top, you'll see the bar signal and the battery life, which is very great, as we said. The battery life of this is really strong, and it's really surprising for all the features that we'll talk about this in a second. The time is also up there. So the first button that you'll see is this button, and this takes you to the main menu. The main menu screen has basically 4 tabs on the sides. The first one is the phone tab. You get the dialing, and if you press that, it basically takes you to the dial pad. The dial pad is surprisingly large and easy to press. All buttons are very good and very responsive and easy. There's no sluggishness or whatever while you're dialing. There's also this button which you can add a new message or delete this message, and there's also a built-in phone book, as we'll see in a second. So here's the contacts list, the call history, you get a messaging, and of course there's a web browser. Now the web browser, of course, there's no Wi-Fi built into this, so you're going to use your data plan. And this is not a contract phone, so unless you do have a 2-year contract SIM card, this device, the browsing experience is pretty good on a capacitive screen, but it's not, it's not something super convenient. So on the next tab is your multimedia. There's a lot of multimedia features on this device, surprisingly. There's the My Stuff tab, which takes you to all your images and sounds and videos and documents. So if we were to look at images, there's a preloaded number of images on here that really displays the screen and makes the screen pop. So let's turn off the lights and see the screen for this. So as you can see, very bright images, very good to look at, and I bet that screenshots and, not screenshots, slideshows look fantastic on this vibrant display. It's really nice of Prada to have all these photos built in too, because they offer a lot of choice if you want to change your home screen, which is really easily done. So as you can see, images really do pop. And let's go back. So going back, we just press the back button. Very large buttons. Everything is well thought out, unlike Windows Mobile or anything else we've ever really tried. Capacitive again. So let's see sounds. There's video, so you can actually record videos or load videos, and then you can actually play full video on this vibrant screen. A great experience. Documents, meaning that in your SIM card or external memory, you can actually view text files and maybe some advanced files. We haven't really tried this yet, but it's great. There's actually a document viewer on here, so that's a very cool application. There's other applications, other files for File Manager. Very cool. And here's the camera utilizing, once again, the sensor lens. We'll see that here. The camera function on this is very advanced, and it's kind of confusing, actually, for first-time viewers. There's an array, and when I mean array, there really is an array of features. There's zoom functions from zooming functions. There's also like focus contrast functions, and then we press settings and suddenly pop all of these functions. Like flash, if we want to turn flash on, we want to turn flash on, and we press OK. And as you can see, the flash has now been on. So you can use this as a flashlight as well, which is very cool. And there's also other features like if you want to choose switch to video function, and it's certainly very cool. So video image quality is pretty high with these lenses, better than most phones. Images are really pretty beautiful. There's a little bit of lack of vibrance in some of the videos. That's kind of expected though, but overall, good camera. Camcorder here, there's also a voice recorder, an MP3 player, which plays your video files, FM radio, you do need a headphone attached, as well as games and apps. Let's take a look at the built-in games. There's actually a surprisingly nice amount of built-in games, and these apps are actually really on par with, I heard what Apple's gonna do, and some of them, one of my favorites is called Virus. Virus is this very cool retro-style game where you have to use this analog sort of D-pad here to select things, and very nice thought through. If I want to press continue, and I have level here. So basically what we do in this game is that you have to press all of these things and make these dots disappear, these virus points disappear. And you just tap them on the screen. And once you beat all of them, the goal is to just get rid of all the virus. And if you do, then you win the game. Congrats. So basically this is the whole game, tapping things. But it's very easy to tap because of the capacitive touchscreen. So very nice. Oh, I lost because there's a timer and you have to use. So basically, let's go to the menu. All we have to do to quit is just press the last button. Alright, here's another game. This is called Pipe. Photo puzzle is basically moving around these photo tiles. Like, you've pretty much seen these. Halloween Fever is kind of like this, Tetris kind of meets this block, kind of like, it's one of those built-in games that we see a lot, but Pipe is something really unique, as you can see from the interface. So if you want to game start, you see this little guy who walks here. You have to press this because it's where the footprints lead to, and you have this whole entire 10 stages which you get in one room. There's multiple rooms. It's like a sort of floor plan sort of game, and we have to press the first game, and you have this timer clock on the top here. It says 1 minute. I don't know if you can see that exactly here, but as the 1 minute timer goes down, you have to, here's the pipe, and the water, this is a washing machine. Pipe's right here. You need to make the water pipe connect to the bottom here to make the water go out, or the room will flood and this woman will die, which is kind of sad. So there's no limitations as to, you can just switch with any of these lighted squares. So let's just say I want to switch with that, and how do I beat this level? Let's see. Well, let's see, I want to switch with that, this switch with that, and this switch with that, and, well, okay, I'll switch this with that, and I'll switch this with that, this switch that. The first stage is always, like, very easy, so don't worry. Maybe I'll die, because I'm just not very good at this game, but let's just see what happens. Oh no, I managed to survive, because this leads to here, leads to here, leads to here. Good. And if you're done, you have extra time, then you just press OK, and see the water is flooding, the blue, oh, it just went out. So the mission is clear. So let's go end. Let's go into education, yes. And let's take a look at other features of this phone. Another feature going down is there's an alarm clock, a calculator, a unit converter, all very useful. The calculator actually has very cool effects, such as you can have this button's advanced features, and there's more like sine, log, cosine, tangent, and a lot of these more advanced functions we usually see in scientific calculators. There's a unit converter, like we said, for area, length, weight, and temperature, and currency. So this is very cool. So area, like acres to acre, this is to whatever meter, square, and this is just very useful. And velocity, volume, wow. Basically, this has like a ton of units, and I think a lot of people will be really satisfied with this. There's a memo pad, basically get what that is. A calendar, which you can add calendar happenings, and just basically what you're going to do. I really like how the animations follow your finger. Here's a world clock, which is probably one of the most impressive applications. So this is my time here, and you can also go to other places, and then you can see time there, like, for example, in Africa, or better, let's go to Asia and see what happens. So in China, we can zoom in, we press it once, and then it zooms in this slow animation, and then you can actually see what's happening in other places. Like, let's tap here, Beijing, it's 4:33, and it's tomorrow there. So it's very cool that you get this like full map suite, and you can actually look at what time there is, and the animations are just really cool. Kind of like Google Maps on a computer, so really cool. Let's go another application, which is the settings. Settings, basically, you have your settings, your Bluetooth, your profile, and in the display, what you really want to look at is your theme, like I talked about. The Prada theme is a full fashion house theme. Like, if we go back, everything is black and white, but it's really matching the tone and the construction of this device. So everything is black and white, and animations look really stunning, but you're not going to have that liveliness, and there's no live home screen, technically, to this package. And there's also, yeah, everything's kind of simplified for the theme. There's also a blue theme and a fish theme, which is also one of our favorites, which is basically the same thing as a butterfly theme, except replacing it is these tiles and this nice goldfish that follows your finger. So overall, this device, the LG Prada, is certainly one of the most powerful multimedia phones we've seen on the market, with a whole suite of features that we were really taken by surprise, granted the Prada brand name, and we really expected something to just be, really fashion over substance. But instead, it is a lot more fashion over considering the price. But that said, this is actually a very smart feature phone, and it's